Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It doesn't matter to me wherever you are. My greetings to you. I want to thank you for joining me, and I want to ask, it's been a while, but again, my friend will not be your friend, and your friend may not be my friend, but it's all good. We do it for our country as we've always done. I want to welcome Colonel Deco, a very strong woman, and along with a host of other party stalwarts of the Unity Party. I also want to extend a Happy New Year to all of you. I ask that you share my podcast. It's very important that we engage and talk to our people on issues of national concern. There are several issues that we'll have to deal with today. I will be bringing them to you guys. Again, I want to say Happy New Year. You notice my song that I'm playing has to do with the national ensign, that is the flag. When freedom raised, her glorious farms on Montserrat verdant high. I hope some of the things can be changed. We cannot change it all. We've seen a lot of things happening, and most of us don't know where to turn or where to go. There is some form of quietude in some of the areas, and it's difficult for some of you to point your fingers somewhere just to get a little bit of information. But I want to say good evening to all of you. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Many of you may be aware I deal with facts versus fiction. I have done that. And so you might come to the point where you hear me say some things that may not be pleasant. I repeat, may not be pleasant to the ears of some individuals, but again, what do I care? Because if it is the truth, it is the truth. We are experiencing a lot of things happening within our country, and as citizens, we need to be very careful how we go about it. And I am the one person who will not draw back from the truth. I always carry my information with me wherever I go. Whether it be president, we are preaching in his church and saying that the number one reason for the failure of the CDC is that they were fighting amongst themselves, and that part of it had to do with that fight, had to do with people looking at 2029 rather than looking at the time they found themselves in. But I would like to be spirited. I know you have your data and you will complain, but I just want to get that spirit in me. It won't be the circumstances. I just want to feel that I owe it to my country more than I owe it to certain individuals. And I said, I may ruffle some feathers, but if I'm convicted in my spirit that what I am saying to you is the truth, then I care less. Because you know why? The truth continues to set me free. Never been in bondage. So please, allow me to get spirited from the first stanza of the Lone Star Forever. I want to thank you for joining me to discuss issues of national concerns. It is very, very important that we take note and be cognizant of the level of stupidity, ignorance, and cowardice that is on display in our country. Something that is forcing other African nations to look down on us. As we pass, they say, look at them, Liberians. These people, they acted like they were smart. These are some of the dumbest people in Africa. No wonder why they are poor. I think Liberians are stupid. They can look at something and still be behaving stupid. I'm here today, my fellow compatriots, to say to you, if they look at us in that way, Emmanuel, it's because even some of you watching me right now, look at facts, still parade yourselves in such a manner, unfortunately. Permit me, again, to discuss these issues with the understanding that some of you will know that not all of us are stupid. Please, allow me. And I will be giving you facts. I will be showing you the prints, meaning it's not going to come from my mouth. You are members of the Intelligentsia. You are expected to be the smartest in the country. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of the things we do. Compare it to the facts that I am presenting to you today. You know me. I don't come here and I speak. I don't easily just talk things. And I will not come here and compel you by rhetoric to say you must listen to this. I don't do that. Please, I will not. I will not. Under no condition will I do that. But I want to present the facts to you and allow you to look at the facts, whether they're from the Constitution or they're from my lips. No, they will not be from my lips today. That's why I'm packing them right now to dish out to you. To do that, which is this. So she's God decimate. Okay. So allow me, please, to present the facts as the facts present themselves, whether it's from the Constitution, to give you the document from the president, okay? And I will be pointing out, it doesn't matter where it falls. You know me. You guys know me. If it's from the Unity Party, sir, I'll say it. If it's from the president, sir, I will still fire. If it's from the party, sir, I will still fire. It doesn't matter. We must learn to accept truth, and the truth will set us free. I beg your indulgence to start with the document from the Associate Justice, and you will find out that I am not the person who wants to give you my opinion. I'm not interested in giving you my opinion. I am sorry. I'm not interested. I want to give you the document as the document presents itself. From there, I give you my opinion, not just my opinion. I present the facts as it appears from especially our, I can say what you may call it. But His Excellency wrote, all right, this was the letter he wrote to President Weah. So I have to share this with you. Please permit me. I don't want to give you rhetoric from my lips. Instead, I want to give it to you from the way it is. Okay? That's just the way I do my thing. If you get mad at me, fine. Stay with me. I want to provide you the facts. So we're going to start off by saying, first and foremost, Happy New Year to all of you again. Quite recently, something dramatic happened in our country. An associate justice of the Supreme Court requested early retirement. Please take note. The associate justice requested. Okay? Which one is this? Written by who? All right. Oh, no. I'm not going to waste my time. Sorry. Don't think I'm wasting your time either. But I want to read what this man wrote in error to the Chief Justice. He wrote this one to the President. And then I want to be able to use the Constitution to make sure that you people are satisfied with the facts that I present. Owing to... but anyways, I don't have to. Sometimes you don't have to read. The people already know. President provided the honor to the confirmation of the Liberian Senate. Okay, this is one of them that needs to go to you guys. Again, please, I want to provide the facts, so I'm picking up the facts so that you guys can enjoy it as it is presented to you as facts, not as some funny thing. I'm picking up a document that has to do with the Chief Justice. He wrote the Chief Justice of Liberia requesting early retirement. The question here is this. I know I will find it, but let me start the program instead of procrastinating. I want to thank you for joining me. Here are some things that have just recently happened, folks. There it is. I know. Come on now. Whenever the Liberian people want something, they get it. It is an honor to serve them. I can tell anybody. All right. Thank you for joining me. One of the reasons why many people would tune when I come on, especially members of the class of the Intelligentsia, let me encourage you to please share the podcast. I think it's beneficiary to every Liberian, and you will do yourself justice if you help me to share. I will not fault you if you don't share. I'm only begging and appealing to you. We are Liberians, and people look at us and think we are stupid. We're not stupid. But for some reason, the smartest people in the country often sit down and allow the dumb people to lead them, casting aspirations on all of us. I think it's time to stop. I told you I will address issues of national concern. Issue number one, the deep state. In simple terms, the deep state is where the outgoing government decides to appoint people that have tenure positions or in positions of trust that will continue to carry out their failed policies that have been rejected already by the people. It's called the deep state. DEEP space STATE. Just Google it, read about it. It is what is taking place in the country right now. But it is more so happening because there is a crafty and clever attempt by President Weah to cover up the final dirt. So what has President Weah done? His government has been marred by the infestation of drugs, corruption, extrajudicial killings, ritualistic killings, bad economic practices, and you name the rest. But the way they've tried to cover up their tracks have all but come down to wanting the evidence. So what have they done? They decided in their first position, and I stand to be corrected, it is alleged that the outgoing government killed a lot of people to cover up things. So let's not just say it. Let's give a scenario. There were audits conducted, and in 1 month or 6 weeks, you should be exact, there were almost 7 auditors killed in the most gruesome, grotesque, and barbaric way. They were killed. Sorry. But this government thought it would have lasted for 12 years. But the Liberian people fired this government. Those remaining became the finance minister, the LRA boss, and some of the top people at the central bank. But Matthew Innes from the central bank was killed. The Internal Audit Agency, IAA boss, Baten Niswa, was killed. Auditors from the port, from the LRA, died. George Fambutu, Gifty Lama, Abo Peters, killed. Just recently, it is alleged a man who plays tennis, does not drink alcohol excessively, has no habit that people see him around, vomited blood in the early hours of the morning, taken to India, never survived until he met his demise. The case of the LRA boss, the late Thomas Dona. Realizing that it will take more than the execution-style killing of auditors and people who knew the truth, they have decided that the power is not there to tell security forces stand down or to prevent the brutal assassination or killings of some of these people. So what is their next move? They decided that if justice will be served to them, then they need to temper with justice. And if the actual story is to come from the LRA, then they need to temper with the LRA. Are you following me? So what do? We see ignorance on display. Now, we know that the president have got powers, not a chief justice. So, they move ahead. The first thing they do is to try, knowing fully well that in their 6 years, they had the speaker and the deputy speaker and the chairman on the executive and the chairman on Ways, Means and Finance. All of them were seditions. Are you following me? In the 6 years of their leadership. That's my energizer. All fruits. In the incoming government, they decided that they will want to run the house. Of course, the gentleman that they are tapping to run the house, for me, he's a learned guy. I don't think he will be that stupid. No. But the first guy was a knucklehead. And I don't say that lightly. But they want the speakership, the deputy speakership. They want everything in the next government. Of course, I'm confident when I say they will get some or it, but not all. Is it good for our democracy? Partially good for our democracy. What do I say partially good? Good. In America, you have a Democratic president and a Republican speaker. It's a balance of power. That's why the Constitution was framed the way it was framed. For us to have a collaborative government, well coordinated, for the representation, the interests of the people. Not to be one-sided. They are not to interfere with each other. No. For the purpose of what? Balance of power. But they came in and messed up. It doesn't mean that we should follow them and mess up too. But here, in this case, as I am presenting to you today, an associate justice, a former senator, a professor, a public servant for many, many years, who knows better, is supposed to be an associate justice. He's not an ordinary person. He writes a letter to the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia on December 21st. I'm not saying my opinion. I'm giving you what I'm looking at on my screen, the letter. December 21st, 2023. He addresses a letter to her own C-A-N-G-O, Sene Yo. And he writes in the letter, "May it please your honor," as they are usually addressed. "I present my compliments, and by this communication, request for an early retirement from the Supreme Court bench of the Republic of Liberia." Unquote. Is this supposed to be an associate justice? Why would you request, quote unquote, early retirement from the Chief Justice? Was she the one that appointed you? Hell to the no. She did not appoint you. They have got no power to grant you early retirement. Therefore, you are in no mind sound when you request early retirement, as the letter in quote suggests. You should not request early retirement from the Supreme Court. No, you should not. You are in error. They did not appoint you. There are 3 separate branches. Agree. There are 3 heads of branches. Agree. But in our Constitution, the last time I checked was that Mr. President shall serve at the will and pleasure of the President. The appointee serves at the will and pleasure of the President. The last time I checked. And when I look in my Constitution, Article 54 is very clear and particular when it states, and I read, and I quote, that the President shall nominate and with the consent of the Senate appoint and commission C, the Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court and judges of subordinate court. Why did you request early retirement from the Chief Justice? But to show you that they were in a haste, on December 21st, this gentleman goes on to again write a letter of request to, and again I'm going to read, the President. And he goes on to say that I present my compliments and this communication request for an early retirement from the Supreme Court bench of the Republic of Liberia. Yes. But was he in error You cannot be 62 and be... Nobody requests early retirement. Again, he was in error. Let's look at the president and his communication to the pro tem. And like I said, I will give you evidence. I take you back to first, the Constitution states, and it's very clear, Article 67. If you notice here, I'm giving you references. Here it is. Article 67. The Supreme Court shall comprise of 1 Chief Justice, 4 Associate Justices, a majority of whom shall be deemed competent to transact the business of the court. If a quorum is not obtained to enable the court to hear any case, a circuit judge in the order of seniority shall sit as ad hoc justice of the Supreme Court. What did they say? A Supreme Court, the Supreme Court, shall comprise of 1 Chief Justice and 4. All right. What is the point, Fahngon? When you request for retirement, it is a process. You must be granted that retirement in order for the vacancy to exist. Hear me and hear me well. You must be granted the retirement in order for the vacancy to exist. The Constitution is very specific. If that exists, if that vacancy exists, the president must then contact the Liberian Senate and notify them of the vacancy, and then proceed to appoint. In this case, whether the process, the information to them, the appointment, nothing. He went on to do the dumbest thing. Remember, early retirement is a process. It was never granted. He did not inform the Senate, but he wrote on December 26th, the day after Christmas. He wrote, Mr. President pro tempore, I have the honor to submit for confirmation, consideration to the Liberian Senate, the following person nominated to the following position in government. First of all, the grammar there was awkward. Councillor Frank Musadin Jr., Associate Justice. Oh, you did not inform the people. I just read Article 67. I told you what Article 67 say. So you want the people to get what? Nomination. There is a big secret I'm about to tell you and show you evidence of how you treat stupid people. The evidence is right here in black and white from the Supreme Court. So, he proceeded to do this, just that. So what happened? Listen to this. You will get freaked out. Now that he had gone to that level, the people who know book decided that, okay, we'll show you that we know book. And since you want to behave that way, we'll show you. Okay, he wrote a letter on the 26th. The 2nd of January, 2024, Abache writes him. When I show you how, and in fact, I will take the camera down and point it so you can see it with your eye. Never seen anything like that before. But I told people, I personally know Seneyo. I got a nickname for her, which she herself gave me. I call her apple cider vinegar. Apple cider. None of y'all know where that name comes from. But maybe one day, when she's retiring, say, why is it Fahngon always call you apple cider, apple cider, apple cider? And she will tell you the story. He goes on to write Councillor Frank Musadin and tell him that your confirmation hearing will be held at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, the 4th of January. I said, stay with me. I will show you how book people, when you try to make them stupid, their intent can make you stupid. So, the leadership of the Unity Party and its alliance said, wait a minute. Fahngon went on the show, they explained all the things. Hey, why should this man come up and write such a letter and say that he wants to take care of this man and do XYZ? They went to the Supreme Court. And I will tell you what the Supreme Court said. I don't even want to tell you. I will show you how the Supreme Court made Agoche, President Weah, and all of them look stupid. Only a smart man who don't wear Johnny Tier board can pick it up. All these dumb people just sat down and read this thing without seeing what Apostle put in it to tell them that if you're stupid, we're not stupid. They just wrote me, I even reply him. He wrote the president, no process. The president did not even inform us that he granted the man early retirement. A book. A book. Book sweet. Book sweet. Book is sweet. If you don't beat your children at market door to go to school, you have done yourself injustice. I come here, I will take the thing down and show it to you. Apasada, which is the Chief Justice, and her crew, they issue a writ of prohibition. Here is the writ. I'll show it to y'all. Cancel, Papa. I'm going to show you like Brempo have book sweet. And when you know book and you smart, nobody messes with you. Now, somebody can say, Eugene Fahngon, where do you come from with these things? Hey, book. The sweetest thing. I will always praise my mother for beating me like market door and making sure I learn. Because today, when I look at the writ that the Supreme Court issued, you know what it told me? Let me share with you. It told me that if you don't beat your children, beat them like market door, let them go to school. First and foremost, let me draw your attention. This is my screen. I'm taking it from Spoonstock. I inputted it. You see the writ in the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, October 10, AD 2023. The first thing you should note here is present. P-R-E-S-E-N-T. You see it right here? What it means? When they say you present, it means you there. You see how book sweet? If I was advising President Weah right now, I'd be telling him, Your Excellency, withdraw the nomination. When you say Fahngon, why? I say because the nomination has already been disgraced. Your government is disgraced. All of the reason I just gave you is further grounds for disgrace. Now, present, Her Honor Senate G. Yo, Chief Justice. Present, Her Honor James Eto H. Wolokoli. Present, His Honor Joseph N. Nangbe, Associate Justice. Oh, I thought you retired, man. Why you need to in there? His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba. His Honor Yami Bese, Senior. Oh, I thought you get a man early retirement. But you see, These people put present, meaning they are there. Unity Party, by and Chu is national chairman, Reverend J. Luton Tapper, yada yada yada, versus the Liberian Senate and Chu is President Joel Howard Taylor, Albert T. Che, yada yada yada, and Councillor Frank Musa Dean, Attorney General, yada yada yada, and the Juicy Paddle. This one I show you to you, down the Juicy Paddle. And Councillor Frank Musa Dean, being the third, being the respondent. What is the rate right here? Petition for the rate of prohibition, meaning stop it from happening. Prohibit it. But the thing has already been defeated. You nominating. I read to you Article 67. It says one Chief Justice, 4 Associate Justice. By this coming out, here is 1 Chief Justice. Here is the 4. Your stuff is already defeated before you even enter the court. But here is the sweet part. In the Republic of Liberia, blah, blah, blah. Greetings. This is the part I will take my time and I want you to listen. This is the most sensible part of the rate. Follow me. This is the most sensible part of the rate. You are hereby commanded to notify the Liberian Senate by and through President Joel Howard Taylor and President Pro Tem Abachi and the entire leadership of the Senate, Councillor Frank Musa Dean, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Republic of Liberia, and under his authority, Republic of Liberia, Councillor Frank Musa Dean, presidential nominee of the Office of Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, respondents in the above entitled course of action to appear and file their returns and brief, hear me and hear me well, my Liberian people, before all the 10-year rating good unde year. Before the what? Full bench. They put it in what? Big block capital letters in the middle of a sentence. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Look at that. FULL-BENCH. They forgot said that they were writing a communication. They put it in block letters, in capital letters. They made it extra big for you to see that they are not stupid people, that you don't bring your nonsense to them and think that everybody, you'll see it one more time before I take it from there, before the full bench. Now, I brought this to your attention today. That is one issue that I brought to your attention for this reason. Every day people think there's also stupid people in the country. No. There are so many bright and educated people. But the one stupid person will make all of us feel like we're stupid. Article 67 tell you, 1 Chief Justice, 4. You write, you want to make you're not even following the process. Then you write these people and make them look like they're stupid. Then they write you back and tell you if you're smart, take your nonsense from the courtroom. Because what it is that when you see the communication, withdraw your nomination and do the right thing. If not, we'll deal with you. So the first thing they did, they wrote the communication. Pork is sweet. Pork sweet, oh! Pork sweet. Then they put in the communication, pork sweet, that the Supreme Court, the whole Supreme Court, yeah, in the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, October sitting, present. The man, why you say that there, you nominating the point in there. Then the point that say you are appearing before the full bench. But then in Article 67, Article 67, you got to be stupid. Yeah, right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It says, the Supreme Court shall comprise of 1 Chief Justice and 4 Associate Justices. The one you see here, that 1 Chief Justice, honor 8 and 4, then you go nominate. I will see whether George Weah, I will see the most stupid lawyer that will go in our court now. Article 67 tells you the composition of the Supreme Court. The communications written to you says that that's the full bench. They read it big, F-U-L-L. What can you do? What can you do? Yes, Fasia Hilton, knowledge is power. That's why I said to my cousin, Frank Musadin, I said, you can be associate justice, but the way you want to go about it will question your integrity and character. Now, apple cider vinegar. She placard A, appear before the full bench. And now when you go before the full bench, your knowledge will not tell you that Article 67 says that there can only be 1 Chief Justice for. When you go before the F-U-L-L you saw in capital letter, it means that the bench is full. Whether you go argue that you came to violate the Constitution, amen. The deep state. Let's make progress on the LRA. I'm waiting for them to get a letter. I don't want to bother the secret ahead of time. But some people can say, but Eugene, you don't talk often. And I agree, I don't talk often. So when you talk, you got to help us. Let me come to the LRA. Yeah? No, sorry. Hey, let me come to the LRA. And I'm supposed to go to immediately page 60. Page 20. Page 20. Allow me to see page 20, please. LRA Approved Act. PDF. Open, please. Let Liberian people get knowledge. I will give them knowledge. And take me to page 20, please. Thank you. Take me to page 20. LRA. The LRA Act. And I dare any mukus to come stay in front of me. I don't give you my opinion. I give you facts. I would like to be at page 20, please. 16, 20, 20. Because I gotta do my research so I can remember the place. I always remember where the place I read. All right. Property obligation of the authority. Sorry. Just bear with me. I want to share with you. Because they put in their jumper. They say, oh, they're sending somebody to LRA. I said, who's that? We're sending the man to... They're sending, what is it? Samurai Wolokoli. I said, where? Section 20. Okay, fine. Now, Section 19. I will defer the camera. Let me just explain. I'll defer the camera and show you. Me, I don't want noise. I don't like noise. Section 19 of the LRA Act that established that commission has to do with the appointment of the Commissioner General and deputies. Hear me and hear me well. The President again shall nominate with the consent of the Senate a Commissioner General and 2 deputies who shall be present with advanced or professional degrees or qualification in finance, accounting, economics, public policy and administration, taxation management, law or other discipline related to administration. The Commissioner General and deputy shall hold office for a term of 4 years, which may be renewed as follows. They give it to you, and the two not the same, okay? But let me tell you what I find out. And I'm going to leak it so that when they come back, they can say, Fahngon boss here already. Brother, the deep state will not work. Here is why. I'd like to take you to section 20. I was saying page 20, section 20 of the LRA Act, because I know 3 of the deputies are watching right now. And that's the way I do my thing. I invite them. Section 20. The men are watching, they look at the same message. You will kill also. Suspension or removal of Commissioner General and deputies. You know, they always come up, hey, it's a tenure job. You can't move the man. I gave you reliance. Oh. Actually, I don't even want to read it by myself. I want to show the Liberian people, hey, then I read it. But I will just read it and show them. So it can be sweet. Section 20 of the act that established that institution, the LRA approved act, says, section 20, suspension or removal of Commissioner General and deputies, contingent on the resolution of 2/3 of the board membership. The board chair and the minister shall advise the president to suspend or remove the Commissioner General and or deputies from office for consistent inability to perform, number 1, and observe conditions specified in the contract of employment for verified, that means they verify it, misconduct. Samura, you can pass that one. Verify misconduct. Okay. Under the laws of Liberia, verify misconduct under the laws of Liberia, or the professional ethics and code of conduct of the authority, or for conduct that will subject a board member to disqualification as specified in section 13 and 14. The contract shall specify conditions for suspension and for removal. The contract. So, even when you pass the nomination, they confirm you to do everything. Your contract is drawn up by a board. And in that contract, we say, if you are sanctioned, or you are indicted, or there is substantial allegation of corruption, that just if you just pass, I know you not pass, that just if you pass. But remember what it said. For the same reason, you can be disqualified. For the same reason that board members can be disqualified in section 13 and 14. Therefore, I will move you now, the members of the Intelligentsia, to section 13 and say what it says. You play with smart people, then smart people that went to go help you, then you all sat down there and started acting like because you were crazy. Section 13. I read section 20, and it said you can be removed for the same reason. The board member then can be removed in section 13 and 14. So I bring you to section 13. Disclosure of interest. A board member who has an interest in a matter that is to be considered by the board and at scheduled meeting shall disclose in writing prior to meeting the nature of the interest and shall recuse himself or herself from participating in the deliberation. You samurai, you get interest, not only in your party, not only in the business companies that you confirm to, not only in the monies that you borrow without taxes. You want to play with smart people? That one. Two, a board member who contravenes subsection 13(1) shall be removed as member of the board. You already now break that other law, samurai. We don't need to argue. You broke it. You got interest. You broke it already. So we go to 14. Removal of board members. It was very specific to 13 and 14. A member of the board shall be disqualified and suspended or removed if 1. The member is no longer able to perform the duties due to physical or mental disability. That will not apply. In the case of an alleged mental disability or certification from a qualified psychiatrist or a qualified mental doctor is required. 2. That the member has been adjudged or otherwise declared bankrupt and has not been discharged or has not paid an assignment, arrangement, or composition made by creditors. Hey! Samurai, then you told us, say, your 2 huge buildings, you borrow money from the bank. You not pay the bank? Yeah, they say the member has been adjudged or otherwise declared bankrupt and has not been discharged or has not paid an assignment, arrangement, or composition made with creditor. Have you paid the creditors? Oh, okay, samurai. You feel you they wise. They get men and who they wise pass you. Or the last one. It is discovered that within a period of 5 years, immediately preceding the date of appointment, the member has been convicted. I don't think you have been convicted, but that one, those 3, A, of a felony in any country of which the member has not received an unconditional pardon, or of an act which is committed in Liberia and constitute a felony, the penalty for which will be at least 1 year imprisonment without the option. 4. Be careful with number 4, samurai. You can't escape the whole number 4. Number 4, the member is absent from regularly scheduled board meetings 3 times within 1 year, cause such as failure to provide a written medical excuse from a licensed medical practitioner, or 5. There is a proven record of the member's tax evasion. Samurai, you able to pass that one under the law of any country, or 6. It is clear that the member no longer fulfills the requirement established at the time of the appointment to the board. Have you fulfilled the requirements established? All of them? You feel they're wise, but they get people wise past you. 7. The member is disqualified for reasons specified in section 13. You see, it carry you back to 13. 8. The member's conduct is inconsistent with the responsibility of a board member or jeopardizes the interest of the authority. You able to pass that one with a D behind you? Can you pass? Can you pass that one? What it say? 8. Can you pass it? Number 8. Okay. You feel they wise. 9. The member other than the Commissioner General accepts employment with the authority or enters into a contractual relationship with the authority. He go pass. The member becomes an official member, an official of a political party, a member of a legislature, or a local authority. Hey, Samurai, what is your job in a CDC? Call your title. You feel you dey wise. You feel you dey wise. I want to tell you, you will not pass know that you will not pass. Number 10, the member becomes an official of a political party. You can pass that one. You and your CDC and your tattoo in CDC. Can you pass? If he is wise. 11, the member interferes in matters to which the board is prohibited. Under section 10, we found all the matter you now put yourself in. But I know you now evade taxes. I know you borrow money from the bank, your own more token, and you pay it back. I know your position in the CDC, and you know you can't come here. I know plenty of things. But I just told you go read the act before you be like Mumu man. Because we are waiting now to see the judge. I'm not the judge. The lawyer. We're waiting to see the lawyer who will enter the Supreme Court, knowing that he appearing before the full bench with Justin Angbeni on the paper, knowing what Article 67 say, that the Supreme Court will comprise of what? One Chief Justice, 4 associates. You going behind the people, before the people, their full bench, and you're going to go tell them, say they will nominate an associate justice. You are the Mumu of the year, and that the person we're waiting for. Mumu of the year. The Mumu of the year I won't see. Okay? Now, another issue of concern. There is this concern that the Weah-led administration is not cooperating with the Joint Presidential Transition Team, JPTT. That information is true. Actually, for me, I don't have a problem with it. And the reason why I don't have a problem with it is this. They say, oh, the people steal, the people steal, the people steal. The people kill. The people dealing in drugs. You want to transition such a government. You expect them to cooperate. Rogue, 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 thief, 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 thief. The man comes out of the house. And he say, you are a criminal. Can you please tell me all the things you stole? And you expect that person to tell you all the things they stole? I like to be honest with people when I'm dealing with people. And I like to do things correctly. You expect the person to come out of the house and say, oh yeah, I stole chicken. I stole 22 chicken from the president-elect JMB, yeah. And I also stole his car. And I stole his car battery. Really? For me, I'm not disturbed by their actions. What I will be disturbed by is our failure to deal with the situation immediately when we take over. That would be my concern. That would be my concern. Another thing I'm concerned with is the government have not even started, and you got some buffoons running around. How Mr. Witherspoon have just given JMB, some of them saying 3,000, some of them saying 3 million. It tells you they're confused. With 2,000 bag of rice. America is not Liberia. When you plead guilty and they have already confiscated your property, why you would take 30 million from to go get somebody? You get 30 million, you not run for president? But look at the money side they're talking about, 30 million. It means you don't know money. You are clueless as to what money is. And that's why I say to some people, just as I said here. But Mr. Fahngon, they put I won't cooperate. You expect somebody to tell you, say they didn't want to the auditors? Really? You expect him as well come here? You expect him here to tell you how he messed up the whole foreign service? Come on, man. Come on. You know the gentleman will not tell you. But again, people are running around. They are saying all sorts of things. Oh, JMB is this. There was one that was a little bit funny. But again, I laugh, but it's not funny. Many of our supporters are complaining. And I want to bring this to your attention before it goes further. There are lots of individuals scamming other people. Two things happening right now. You're sitting there and you let a man call you and say, my name is Luther Tappet. And I'm sending Amos 12 to you to organize with you. I heard you want so and so position at the police. So just cooperate with him. 1 hour later, a voice calls and says, I'm Amos 12. You spoke to the party chairman? Stop. Stop. Don't be too stupid. Don't be too naive. Just stop. Nobody should call you and tell you they will help you get a job or they will appoint you and you give them money. You are naive and you are stupid. Period. And I will not say anymore. Then you get other people say, but Minister Fahngon, we fight for the thing, but the only people we see now, that's also John Kezere and Abraham Lincoln now. What do you mean John Kezere, Abraham? That, yo, Papa don't let you know. So, Papa then JMB just bring you. It's transitional team. It's not a government. And just because you are on the transitional team does not mean you will be in a government. So again, be quiet, be patient. At the right time, things will happen. Total people died in an explosion. May their soul rest in peace. The president goes to his church and preach. He has not told them sorry. He has not gone there. He cares less. He don't want to know. He's going to church. And he says they lost the election because they were fighting amongst themselves for 2029. Who will succeed him? And I'm thinking, what does this man say? If you are accusing your people of losing the election because they were fighting amongst themselves, what did you do? Or you just realize that? Oh, please. Too sad. Why are you looking for 2029? Edwin Snow. Edwin Snow. Number 1, 2029. Samuel 12. Number 2, 2029. Fighting Nathaniel McGill, whom they felt were I 2029. 2 other persons, the battle was tense. Where are they today? Everybody wappy. Gone. It's over. But I think President Weah will do himself justice if he walks away. I told y'all when this man went to the CIA headquarters, it was not for nothing. But y'all see what he's doing, trying to juke people places. The National Road Fund, they fire everybody, they brought seditions there. But that lady don't know us. She think that the stupid seditions she's dealing with. But she will soon find out that she got smart people. She herself will be out of job shortly. Watch what I tell you. She will be out of job. And last in will be the first out. Why? Because, oh, they voted for JMB. Is that your place? So, what I will say is this. I wish all of you will understand that there's no money to pay you. Yeah? The people that who don't want to do that thing, all of them, they finish taking money, they run away. All your officials then gone. Don't let nobody fool you. But be patient. A JMB presidency is coming, made of smart people, people who can read and research, people who understand what's going on, people who know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And you can rest assured there are so many things going on right now. They have put all their people in places. But after the 22nd, you will have the patrons and the patriots. They will face each other. If you know this man did not work in this office, the jab brought him in December or November, just let us know. He will go outside the same way he came inside. It's simple. I don't want you to worry yourself. I don't want you to stress yourself out. Kanyo Bala, he's the counselor for Rofan. Kanyo Bala will not be there. I swear to anything sacred. Oh, Kanyo Bala, Koba Jesse, and Samuel Wolokoli, their name were put on the list at the business college as adjunct professor. I swear to my living God, they will not be there. Why are you fighting yourself? Go and relax. Go sleep. Just how they behave stupid for 6 years, most of them think they can do the same for the next 6 years. But because they have Mumu people leading them, so they think that Mumu people leading they want. That's why when I speak with the law. You see the way the Supreme Court answer the rate of prohibition? I want to see the Mumu of the year lawyer that will enter that courtroom. The government can never carry a lawyer there. The first sentence says they should appear before the full bench. Then they put the names of the people that constitute the full bench. Then you saw Mumu, Article 67 say there shall be one Chief Justice, 4. And you see them that they already far. Go in the courtroom now. Go talk nonsense. Why people are stupid? They say, oh, Samura. Samura where? Samura is going nowhere. I said, look at me. Nowhere. Who next? All the people that are appointing, juking people, will put them aside soon in the morning. Soon in the morning. Chai the poor cleaning up the city. There can only be one government at a time. And we'll clean up government from day one. We'll start cleaning. Day one, clean up. The cleanup campaign is for the road. But November 23rd, the cleanup campaign for government will start. and will use every available tool to clean the government. Make no mistake. I want to thank all of you for voting for His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai. And I want to say to you that your votes will be accounted for. You can rest assured. Don't even bother yourself to say, oh, am I sure this will happen? It will happen. Do not worry yourself. Do not worry yourself. So I want to thank you all once again, and God bless you all. Any questions, I will read and I will answer in the next 3 minutes. If you have any question for me, you can type it and I will answer it. You know, I can thank the Chief Justice and the current justices of the Supreme Court enough. They just said, Mr. President, you are stupid, without saying it. I repeat. They just said, Mr. President, you are stupid, without saying it. They just wrote, you will appear before the full bench of the Supreme Court. Then they put an in there, all 5 of them, and they're waiting for the mumu man. The mumu man that will go stay in front of them. I don't see the case even lasting. I don't think it will be the shortest hearing of the Supreme Court. The full bench, you go before the full bench. And they say, read the rate. Counsel, make a representation. Or Your Honor, we're here today, blah, 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 blah. Who's the lawyer here for the Liberian government? The Senate? You will not even see that lawyer. Nobody want to disgrace themselves. 67 is clear. You see the people sitting there. Why will you go tell them that the Constitution say 1 Chief Justice, 4 Associate Justices? But you know, I'm here to tell you, Joe, we are sent nomination to the Senate to nominate counsel. Why will you go tell the people? He can't do that one. Come on now. Hey, man. Then Samora, he was wise. The Nigerian people say, you feel you there wise. You go in there with all kind of paper, you say you did that. Don't even waste your time. You will be dealt with according to the laws of the CCs. And all those. Do you guys know that the girl from the port ice cream. Do you know that ice cream ran away from Liberia over a month ago? Not even a month. A month and a half ago. Go say Fahngon telling you again. She ran away a year and a half ago. I will go into it. Here is the letter she wrote. The memorandum is number 524 from the Free Port. Memo 524. Please be informed that I am currently ill and seeking medical treatment and won't be able to come to work. No date, no time. She been gone since last year, November. She gave it. Like people can say. She ran away. Gone. She wrote the letter on the 26th of December. No date for her return, no nothing. She turned everything over to one guy they call Alfonso Esquia. Gone. You'll never see her back in Liberia again. You had a letter right here in front of me. She's gone. Let me use this next minute to respond quickly to anything, everything, quickly. Just browse on Facebook quickly and I'll respond. I just want to see who read chocolate. Anything that is chocolate, I will respond to it for you. Don't worry. Quickly. Oh my God. Oh, let everybody take their face skating down, they take it down. So, you know, no need for me to waste time. Another thing I'd like to respond to is this whole idea of witch hunt. And nobody is witch hunting, nobody. Stop making noise. If you didn't do anything wrong, go and sit down. I just enjoy my man Carrasco. Every day he training in the gym. Because I think that the only job now level. I don't see anything. You know, sometimes you just have to laugh when you see these things. It's a con artist, too many revelation. Oh, we must win. Oh, that Samurai will call you. You remember the thing I read from the thing? They say you can't be in political party or be holding position. Yes, Samurai will call you. In trouble. They travel too much. Well, guys, it is what it is. This woman, these people finish the man. They finish him. They appear before the full bench. You will go there. You are a mumu man. You go there. You will be mumu man. Thank you guys for joining.